We've been hearing a lot this political season about different plans from the candidates. I have an interest in plans with numerical claims. That way we can check the math and see if the numbers support the claims. One such plan on the table is Mitt Romney's tax plan. The main components of it are shown here. I'm not going to go through all of these. They're also posted on his website. We'll talk a little bit about the 20% cut in marginal rates, and then we'll talk about the balancing that needs to take place. So, by way of reminder, this graph here, it shows our current tax situation. We are currently operating under the Bush tax cuts of 2001 and 2003, and that's the blue line. And you can see that was reduced from the prior tax policy, which is the red line up there that was prior to 2001. Now Mr. Romney wants to reduce the blue line, the Bush tax cuts, with an across-the-board 20% reduction. What that means is if you're currently in the 35% tax bracket, you'll wind up in the 28% tax bracket. That'll be the new top bracket. On the other end, the lowest bracket, the 10% bracket, will be reduced to an 8% bracket. Now this reduction in rates here, along with the other items in Mr. Romney's tax plan, has been looked at in pretty good detail. There's an organization called the Tax Policy Center. It's non-profit, nonpartisan. They've crunched the numbers, and the above cuts come to $4.8 trillion over 10 years. Those numbers are not in dispute. People pretty much agree that it's in that magnitude. And where we do have some more discussion is in regard to how to balance that. Mr. Romney has stated that his tax plan will be revenue neutral. It will not add to the debt. So if nothing else is done and we just make those cuts, $4.8 trillion will be added to the debt. Mr. Romney has stated that he will reduce and or eliminate various deductions and loopholes. By way of reminder, these are the current most common deductions that people take. This is based on 2009 IRS data, which is the most recent available. The top deduction, itemized deduction, is mortgage interest. That's 36% of all deductions. State, local real estate sales taxes comprises 35% of deductions, and the third biggest area is charitable deductions charitable donations at 13%. If we add those three together, those three items, very popular items, comprise 84% of all deductions taken. So, in my mind, that would be politically difficult to reduce and or eliminate those deductions. However, for the sake of discussing numbers, let's assume they could be eliminated. I'll just do a little bit more basic math down here. I'm going to repeat $4.8 trillion number. The Tax Policy Center has looked at removing all of these deductions just for the sake of analysis, and what they found is if you remove all those numbers, or those deductions, the most you can save is $2 trillion. So we still have a shortfall of $2.8 trillion. Also, Mr. Romney has recently stated in the second debate that he may put a cap. He may allow deductions but put a cap on them, and he gave various levels: 17,000, 25,000, 50,000, etc. Tax Policy Center has looked at all of those numbers. Just for the sake of discussion, let's look at the $25,000 cap. That means you could continue making your itemized deductions up to $25,000. Let's go over here, look at that. We've got our 4.8. If we allow people to make up to $25,000 claims and deductions, that is going to only bring in 1.3, and so we're still going to have a $3.5 trillion shortfall. I don't see how it can be balanced, but you can make up your own mind.